Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into bourbons that I had to rush back to the store to buy a second of because I loved the first one so freaking much. But before we get into that, please do me that favor, like, comment, and subscribe. That helps us out a ton, and we seriously appreciate the support. But let's get into today's video. So, like I said, we are talking about bourbons that I just needed a second. These bourbons demanded to have a replacement ready. I don't like having multiples per se. Not that I'm against multiples. I just would prefer, instead of, if I have two bottles, I don't want two of the same bottle. I would rather have two different bottles so I can compare, so on and so forth. But occasionally I do find a phenomenal bottle that I'm like, I'm gonna buy multiples of, especially if it's limited or it's like a weird single barrel. I'm like, these are so good, I'm gonna buy the heck out of these. So again, all these kind of highlight of, these are really freaking good bottles and I found them at a really good value, so I bought the heck out of them. So let's get right into this one, and I'm gonna kind of go the most recent to, the less recent ones. Most recent one, Doc Swinson's Bosa Nova. Everyone knows I love Doc Swinson's, like a lot, like a lot. I'm a huge fanboy of Doc Swinson's, and I really like their exploratory cask collection, which basically your MGP bourbon that they're kind of experimenting with. Oh, hey, let's put it in this barrel. Let's see what it does. Let's release it at like kind of a premium MGP finish price point. And that's what they're doing, and they're doing a ridiculous job with it. So the Bosa Nova, this one is cask strength or high proof at least. It doesn't technically say cask strength, but I can imagine it's probably cask strength. 112.8 proof. And this is finished in Amburana wood, which is that like Brazilian oak that makes everything like insanely cinnamon toast crunchy. This is the first Amburana finish anything I've ever had, and this freaking blew my mind. I knew what to expect because people told me, but I really wasn't that like in tune with it. So I went out of my way, because this was the last bottle at the store that I bought it at. I went out of my way to find another store carrying these just to get them, because I freaking love them. And now I bought a few more because, well, I really like them, like a lot. And after that one that honestly I just got really lucky, because with every single one of these bottlings, I would likely love to run back to the store and buy multiples of, or whatever the heck that might be. But Elijah Craig Bearproof C922. I really like Elijah Craig Bearproofs. Everyone knows that. They're one of my favorite bourbons out there. This one in particular, I was just lucky enough to be able to get 3 bottles of it. So I bought this one, tried it, and I was like, dang, I really like it. If I run across another one, I am definitely buying it, hands down. The whole $80 metrics, because this first one I actually bought for $100. But, I wanted to review it, so I splurged a little bit on it. And then the concurrent, or subsequently after that, the next ones that I bought for 80 bucks each, and I got 2, and now I'm kind of down to, I think, 1.5 in total. So I had 3, now I'm at 1.5. Really like those ECBPs, some of the best Heaven Hill juice. It's like a nutty chocolate peanut butter splurge. It's just fantastic. It's nutty, it's chocolate, it's oaky, it's a fancy Reese's peanut butter cup. I'll bring up Wilderness Trail next. So this is the Curation 2022 4-year-old family reserve. There was a whole like pallet load of these at Costco at the start of 2022, I believe, if my memory serves correct. And man, oh man, did I jump on that. I jumped on that grenade for the rest of you guys. I'm a huge fan of Wilderness Trail. I really like their 4-year-old ride mash bill, the brown black label. I really like these. These are really freaking good. And Costco had these $55 for 110.61, or well, math that out, 111. Whatever, we're gonna do ABV on this one. 55.61% ABV. Blew my mind, and it's only like $5 more than just their bonded version. So I bought the heck out of those. I only bought one because I was like, yeah, we'll see how it is. Let's see how it goes. Because that was ironically the first wilderness trail I ever had. And then I went back, bought like 3 more. And then I started buying, their normal ones. Because guess what? Wilderness trails freaking awesome. So don't ever shy away from their stuff. That 4-year-old 2022 reserve from last year was real good. And after that one, similar case scenario. First, Doc Swinson's I got. And I know, yeah, there's 2 Doc Swinson's on this, but they're both very different. This is just their blender's cut. This is $49.99, and it is well worth every single penny. This is honestly probably my favorite sub $50 bourbon out there. Probably. I mean, that's a bold statement, but this is 5 years old. So aged 5 years old, blended MGP, bottled at 115 proof. Not the most insanely complex MGP out there, but this stomps Smoke Wagon's Uncut Unfiltered like by a mile, and it's really freaking good. Like, not a lot of blended MGP that is under $50 is really good. This stuff is really good. It shines, and it really competes with a lot of those like, $60, $70 MGPs. It's on par with a lot of those other things. Like I recently put it up against the Backbone Uncut Unfiltered or whatever that is. I'll be honest, Backbone did win, but Backbone I think is like a $60, $70 bottle, where it's like this is $49.99. And when I bought this bad boy, they were for like $42 or something like that. So I bought one, brought it home, and then I went to Costco literally the next day and I bought like 2 more. Because again, I'm a huge Doc Swinson's fanboy after that. That's when I learned I really liked them. And that bottle is just a monster, especially for like $42. It's already a monster at that like $50 price point. $42? Get out of here. What the heck? And then after that one, last MGP bottle on this list, or MGP source bottle, if you will, Bellmead Reserve Bourbon. I love this stuff. This was honestly the redeeming bottle for MGP in my mind. This bottle is probably the oldest one on this list, oldest to me at least. And this changed my opinions of MGP. Before this, I never had any really good high proof cask strength MGP or anything of that nature. I only ever had like mid-tier kind of MGP that was to say the least. Like it was very adequate, which it's fine. But this really changed my mind, because before that I was kind of like, MGP's meh. Like I missed the whole heyday of MGP and those insane bottles and stuff of that nature. So when I was drinking MGP, I thought it was things like, Smoke Wagons, what's the straight bourbon whiskey or whatever, like the 90 proof one, like that was MGP to me. And all these other random companies that bottle MGP and whatnot for like under $50, that's what I thought of when I got MGP. And then I, without paying much attention, I bought this. If we're being honest, if I read that it was distilled in Indiana, I likely wouldn't have bought it. But I'm so freaking glad I did, because again, this is the one that redeemed MGP for me. And I, subsequently, just like the Doc Swinson's, went back and bought a few the next day. Last one, Still Austin. So this bottle I didn't actually originally buy myself. Still Austin sent me this bottle and their lower proof version of this bottle for review. I reviewed them and I really liked them. I was really impressed with what I saw coming from Still Austin, because I kind of expected a funky, weird kind of Texas whiskey, and it wasn't like that at all. It was, again, if you've heard me talk about it multiple times, it's like a blend of MGP and that typical funky, weird Texas whiskey together, because it has parts of both things. I believe they use a column still, whereas a lot of other Texas distilleries use a pot still. I could be wrong, but here in Arizona at our Total Wines, these are literally everywhere, and they're $49.99. So honestly, it's that or that Doc Swinson's Blender's Cut that are probably like my 2 favorite sub $50 higher proof bourbons. Like, it's They're both really good. That's 118 proof, has a little bit more funk, a little bit more youth. And the Doc Swinson's, it's a little bit less intriguing, but it's more, we'll call it balanced, maybe, however you want to take that. Either which way, I love all of these whiskeys. Obviously, I bought multiples of these. That is a wrap for today's video, though. Please do me that favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below what you thought about this video, as well as what have been some bottles that you have rushed to the store to go buy multiples of. Also, check out the Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. Links for all that stuff are down there below. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.